A wine and food lover who set out to discover the secrets that wine experts know is sharing what she learned from these sommeliers in her web series, Somm School Insider. Carole Mac joins us now to show us how we can all become experts right from our own homes. Hi, Carole.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Oh, it's our pleasure. I know that you immersed yourself in the Sommelier Society of America and kind of learned from these experts. What did you learn?
Oh, I learned so many things. You know, it was really interesting. Just about a year ago, before I went to school, I would smell a wine, and I would smell it, and it smells like wine, right? Just like every other wine lover out there. And then I went to school, and just 4 months later, after a very intensive program, I could smell a wine and say, oh, there's cherry in there. Oh, there's mushrooms in there. Oh, there's earth. I smell earth. And guess what? It's a Pinot Noir. I know that it's from California. So that's the kind of thing that we learned in Somm School, and that's what we teach on Somm School Insider.
So based on the lessons that you kind of feature in the series, which are great, by the way, how can we start to become experts at our own home?
Okay, I've got a couple tips for you. So if you have a lemon and if you have a tea bag at home, you can do this, and some red and white wine. So just pour yourself a little glass of white wine and red wine. And now we're gonna really learn the key to being able to decipher wine like I just told you about.
Okay.
It's learning acid in white, and it's learning tannin in red wine, and how to feel that in your mouth. So what you do is you take a sip of your white wine and just like tune into your mouth. How's that feel? Take your half of a lemon, squeeze the whole thing in your wine, and what we're doing is we're exaggerating the acid component, which is typical in white wines. And then taste it, and you'll find like sour, like super sour wine, and your mouth is gonna salivate. And so that's your tell. And so then the next step is to learn a few wines and know, for instance, Riesling is really acidic. And Pinot Grigio, for instance, not so acidic. So you're starting to learn your wines.
So what's going to be the
difference?
difference?
Take a tea bag.
Sorry, with the white wine and the lemon. So how do you know, so what effect will each different wine have on your mouth? Like, how do you differentiate?
Absolutely, great question. So when you put the extra acid in your white wine, your mouth is going to salivate forward, like pools of salivation. And when you put the tea bag in your red wine and taste that, your mouth is super dry. So you know the difference between tannin and acid.
Oh.
And so then you can start to learn, okay, for instance, for tannins, Pinot Noirs have less tannin, so less mouth drying. Cabernets have more drying. And that's how you start to learn what wine has what sort of feeling in your mouth.
So I know that you compiled 7 episodes, which are all chock full of these tips. What's something else that we can take and do at home?
Well, here's a fun one. What you can do is get a blindfold. Who doesn't love a blindfold? And kind of blindfold yourself and taste some wine and see if you can pick out actual flavors. So for instance, in Sauvignon Blanc, there's usually quite a grapefruit flavor. So you could go into your fridge, hopefully you have a grapefruit, take a grapefruit, smell it, put it down, put your blindfold on, taste a Sauvignon Blanc, and really see if you can taste the grapefruit, and for instance, cherry in Pinot Noir here, and you start to really be able to decipher the different aromas in wine. And then you're on your way, baby.
You loved wine, as I do, before you embarked on this journey. Now that you know all this stuff, what's changed? How has it changed how you see or taste wine?
The biggest change is that I love wine so much more, and I didn't know that I could. I didn't know that there was more for me to love, but when I read a wine list, I know exactly what is on this wine list and what the regions taste like. And so I can pick a wine to go with my food and enjoy it 10 times more. And like, I know how to bring wine to a party, and I know what to expect when I look in a wine store from a particular region and grape. I'll know, oh, that's what that's gonna taste like. So it just helps you be a better wine consumer. It's just more fun.
I know that this series has been a lot of fun for you and for the viewers. So are you cooking up a new one now on wineforfood.com?
We are. It's called What's in My Fridge. And we go inside celebs' fridges, so athletes and musicians and actors and icons, to see what's in their fridge and what kind of food they love. And our premiere episode was featuring Nolan Carroll, who's a friend of your show,
Yes.
NFL star. And he was our first episode. And we've got lots of good ones coming in the hopper on wineforfood.com.
All right, can't wait for that. Thank you so much, Carole Mac. Appreciate it.
It's been a pleasure.
And you can catch the 7 episodes of Somm School Insider on wineforfood.com.